That's valid. I just need you to take responsibility and be like, okay, yeah, that wasn't on purpose. Okay, cool, we could drop it.
But that's what I did.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, it's Beat, your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 4. And let's get into the video because this episode was a bit messy. This season is heating up because the episode got messy. So in this episode, after Melanie and Sincere's chat where, she's kind of like spiraling about, his conversation with Kata and like her not being able to chat with him the entire day, he basically went to vent to Anaya. Basically was just like, yeah, she don't know like what's really going on. She said like, oh, if you want to explore, you let him explore, but she's gonna explore too. So she said she's gonna explore. She said that straight to Anaya's face that she's gonna go explore KC and Gabriel tomorrow. She said that the night of.
I'm going to pull KC and I will test this connection.
Rain and men in here.
Now Sincere, he's chatting with the guys and basically saying like, you said to explore, and then when you explore, there's a problem. And to be honest, Melanie was doing too much because it was just a single chat. Now he should have been upfront with him and like, yeah, I pulled her for a chat just to see the vibes or whatever. Even though like Melanie is his number one, he still was doing the exploring. He was like just seeing what the connection, could be with another person. So yeah, him and Melanie, like Melanie had him in the doghouse. Basically, she had like some different type of pajamas, walked around, tried to show off, but he was trying to cuddle her. She was like, yeah, we're not cuddling tonight, Like she wasn't with it at all. Then also like Sean and Kenzie, like, hello, when did this happen? Because like, did we miss a chapter or two? Because Sean, he in the middle of the night, he literally getting up to kiss Kenzie, and I'm like, what are you doing, sir? Like, what are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? Anyway, next day in the morning, basically Melanie did what she said she's gonna do. She told the girls like, I'm gonna pull Gabriel for a chat, maybe or not, whatever. And all the girls in the dressing room heard what she said. She gonna pull them for a chat. She pulled Casey for a chat. They chatted. And Nia over here trying to like kind of like spiraling, kind of feeling some type of way because she's like, oh, if we're gonna explore with Melanie, then should I do that? And it was basically like Sincere and Nia like kind of just sitting there chatting like, what's going on with this KC and Melanie chat. Also, Beatrice was feeling some type of way because Kenzie, she spoke to Gabriel, and she's also speaking to Sean, and she's pulling Gabriel for chats and everything like that, and she's never once like pulled Beatrice and said like, oh, she's interested in Gabriel and things like that. So she's like, you never talked to me about it, like what's going on here. So she's feeling some type of way about Kenzie with that situation. Also, Gabriel is saying like, Kenzie can more than likely is kind of like his type, but when he gets to talk to her, it's kind of like they're just two different backgrounds, clashing together. Like he don't really know like if they will mesh well together. And that's what he told Beatrice when they had their one-on-one chat about like, what's going on with him and Kenzie. Moving on, Kata and Zach's chat is very much dry. I mean, he's giving her British facts. He's basically saying chai tea is TT. Like, just basic chat. So Melanie gets a text and that they're going to have a Boss B challenge, okay? So you pick your office crush, pick an islander that best suits the thing, dunk them in some slime, then pick the person that you're coupled up with, and then go into a room and where you see this new islander, Corbin, and there you go. So Anaya goes first. She ends up kissing Sean as her office crush. She basically picks KC as the guy to glue, slime, and then she also kisses KC. Ends up kissing Corbin later on. Everybody's gag goop like, oh, Corbin. Like, he's 6'4", tall, like light skin, tattoos, like hello, with a little, shaven cut, like okay. So Naya goes first, did her little dance. Then it was Beatrice. Beatrice goes next. And then, you know, for the question was who's like not afraid of stepping on people's toes or whatever, she picks Kenzie. So Kenzie was just kind of like, you know, why are you picking me? You should pick Kata, who's like the new bombshell.
Who isn't afraid to step on toes to climb their way to the top? But Kenzie.
Why would you not pick the girl that just came in, who literally is stepping on all of our toes?
Like, you should pick Kata, that's the new bombshell that's stepping on everybody's toes. Like, why are you picking me for? Like, what's tea? So, you know, she slimes Kenzie, and then she ends up kissing, you know, Gabriel. So the next was Trinity, and Trinity, she kisses Sean as her office crush. Then she ends up sliming Bryce and saying like, oh, Bryce is like faking it. So Bryce is like a bit hurt by it, like, what do you mean faking it? Like, I've been trying with you, I've been trying, you know. So he was like, oh, I'm fired up now, like, because when you're gonna have to kiss me, because we're in a couple together, like, I'm gonna show you like what's really faking it. So then, you know, she ends up kissing Bryce after kissing Corbin. And, you know, Bryce is like, you know, doing his thing, like really kissing her, tonguing her down. Even Kenzie made a comment like, oh, she getting that turtle tongue. And, you know, it's kind of funny about that. So then after Trinity, it was Melanie. So Melanie, she was not playing around, because she does her dance. Then next thing you know, she decides to kiss Casey as her office crush.
My office crush is someone I know been dying to taste it again.
The question was like, who needs to get fired? And she picks Kata. So she dunks Kata. Everybody's like, oh, you know, messy boots, whatever.
Who needs Kata? Hi, come. I would love to slime you.
So she dunks Kata. Then she ends up kissing Sincere later on. And then after she kisses Corbin, you know, everybody kisses Corbin. All the girls get to kiss Corbin. So then after, you know, Melanie, it was Kenzie. Kenzie, she did a whole show. Everybody was giving her 10. She did a whole show. Since she's single, she ends up kissing, you know, both Gabriel and Sean. And, you know, she and also kisses Corbin as well. And the last but not least was Kata. And Kata was like, oh, since you messed with me and you dunked me, I'm going to get my lick back. So she was like, no matter what the question was, she was always going to target, you know, Melanie or mess it off with Melanie. So the question for Kata was, who do you think needs a promotion from their couple?
And I think who needs a promotion from their couple is Sincere.
So she picks Sincere as her office crush. She picks Sincere as a promotion for their couple. And then she ends up kissing Zach later on. So everybody's like, ooh, like, what do you mean promotion for their couple? Promotion from their couple, whatever. So after that, end of the challenge, all the guys don't know that Corbin's there. But, you know, all the girls are too happy, too geek, like, oh, Corbin, la da da. So the guys come back, the girls come back, and all of them are basically geeking over Corbin being the villain. And then, you know, the girls, they basically talked about the situation. So Melanie asked Kata, like, you know, like, what's going on? She basically said, like, you know, she's gonna get her lick back. You know, she's like, even though you think it's fake love, like, they kind of, like, hugged it out, squashed it. Later on, Beatrice and Kenzie talked, and she was like, basically, like, you didn't talk to me about the whole Gabriel situation. And then later on in that conversation, she's like, well, since you're the single one here, you know, I agree that you should be the first one to talk to Corbin besides myself or or Melanie. But I'm just like, who agreed to that? Like, none of the girls agreed that, oh, Kenzie should get first dibs. So I'm like, unless you agreed with that with Melanie and let Melanie know, like, hey, because Kenzie is single, you know, let her get first dibs. Like this, like, once again, people are saying this is not Friendship Island. Because so I'm just like, everybody's for themselves. So I'm just like, why would you speak for the rest of the girls and say, oh, Kenzie gets first dibs because she's single? Okay, she's still getting to know two different guys. Like, she getting to know Sean, who's also single, and Gabriel, who's in a couple with Beatrice. So I'm just like, what are we talking about here? So anyways, you know, while the girls get ready for the night, we have our first conversation of the night, which was between Bryce and Trinity. And, you know, they basically talked about, like, why do you think you're fake? But she's like, after the kiss, like, I don't think you're fake. She, you know, she apologized, like, if you made me feel some type of way. And basically, Bryce was, like, letting her know from his point of view, like, you know, even though they're, like, not, you know, going 100 miles per hour, like, you know, they're setting a foundation for the relationship. And she's, like, you know, seeing it from his perspective and a new perspective, like, oh, like, we're laying the foundation, like, we both want the same things, and obviously that kiss, like, you know, let them know, like, oh, he really liked her, he really passionate. He even said, like, you know, that, you know, she's his favorite person to talk to,
Given what they have going on.
I took that, like, a little rough when you said that foundation.
Like, real deal. Seems like Bryce and Trinity, you know, can really pick up space or speed in that coupling, and seems like, you know, that forced proximity, that forced coupling is getting them to, you know, really explore that connection more. Moving on, you know, a text comes in, and basically, you know, bombshell Corbin comes into the villa. So bombshell Corbin comes into the villa, and everybody, you know, is like, all the girls are too geek. They're like, yes, Corbin comes into the villa, and he's like, nice to see you guys again, you know, these ladies again. You know, Casey, like, again, everybody, like, again, you know, all the girls know, like, they already kissed him, met him, saw him. The guys really didn't know anything. So he was like, do you want me to tell them? Or no? Like, they really had him, like, he really the bombshell, because he really had to lead the whole charge. He even told the guys, like, you know, you guys gonna give me some time to speak to the ladies.
So, guys, can you give me a few with your girls?
So, you know, all the guys are feeling some type of way. They all like, man, this dude is tall. He light skin. He got tattoos. Like, you know, even Bryce was like, I'm wearing Tim. I'm tall myself. And he's like, I'm wearing Tim's on. And he got like a half an inch on me. Like, whoa. So everybody was like, you know, all the guys were like, they're cooked. Sincere was like, cooked. He's cooked. He's like that is Melanie's type. Like, he really knew that it's raps for him.
That might be fucking my girl shit too. No. I'm 100% on something about it, bro. Why you think that? You see this guy?
Like, he already knows he's raps for him. Even Melanie said before he even walked into the villa, was like, yeah, she said she didn't have types before, but she said that Corbin is her type to a T. Like, you know, she was overly going for Corbin, which is crazy work. So all the guys are feeling some type of way. Sincere knows he's cooked. He knows he's kind of done for. Corbin's over here talking to the girls, getting to know the girls a bit. They're all asking him questions. They're like, what's your type? Everybody say, like, you, like, you know, you look good, you handsome, So Melanie, you know, she was overly going. She was like in his face, and like she was like leaning over, because they're all in a circle listening to him speak, and you know, she's next to Corbin, so her face is like turning this way to speak to him. And you know, everybody on the side, like Trinity and Kenzie that's on the side, they can't really see him, so you know, they felt some type of way. And the funny thing is that Melanie, all the guys are watching them, you know, Corbin talk to the girls. Melanie now, mid-group convo, might I add, mid-group convo, literally said, oh, let's go for a chat.
That's when it's time to cut it off.
Like, can I pull you, actually, for a private chat?
She didn't care. She didn't wait till everybody to be dismissed. She didn't wait for everybody to get up. She said, let's go for a chat. They go for a chat upstairs. They talking, you know, it looks like, you know, Corbin really likes Melanie. Even Zach, when he was watching him talk to the girls, he was trying to be a body language expert, talking about, oh, he's leaning over to Kata, like, oh, he likes Kata. Kata's like his type, He trying to, you know, speak to Kata. And well, everyone's like, they already broke the barrier because they all kissed him. Like, they all kissed him in that challenge today. So, anyways, like, you know, Zach over here being body language expert, talking about, oh, they did this. Like, oh, even when they came out with the money, like, they looked a little disheveled, like, So, moving on, Melanie talking to Corbin. All the girls downstairs are like, you know, Melanie doing too much. Like, why Melanie did this, like, So they're all like, oh, you know, Kenzie's gonna get to talk to him next. Like, oh, Kenzie's turn, Like, oh, Melanie was just right in his face, and like, and B was like, oh, I'm gonna talk to her about that when she comes back. I'm gonna let her know, So after a chat, you know, Melanie comes downstairs. and she's like, you know, giddy. She's like, oh, he's fine, he look good, da da da, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine. So Beatrice, and Trinity were right there, and you know, they were sitting down, you know, just at the fire pit. So Beatrice is over here, you know, basically it's like saying like, oh, you were doing what you were doing were very excessive. I've seen you do that before. So Melanie's like, when was the last time I did that? Like, what was the other time? She's like, you know, I didn't do that on purpose. You know, I was just trying to speak to him. Like, she was upset because Beatrice was like kind of coming at her a bit like aggressively, passive aggressively, you know, and you know, Melanie was just like being defensive. But granted, like, who made you the boss here? I mean, granted, what happened was unfortunate. You know, they couldn't see him, or like what she did was kind of messed up, because mid conversation, you picking him to go for a chat. Like, they were saying like, you know, you have something good with, you know, Sincere, and you're already trying to jump ship over Corbin while all the other girls are single. So all the other girls are like, you know, they want Kenzie to have somebody too, but Melanie, like, she in here for herself, and I mean, that's the real tea. Like, she in here for herself, for sure. So Sincere, he's talking to Sean, because everybody like, yeah, Sincere's gonna be upset because she was literally mad over one chat with Kata, and now she literally pulled, you know, Corbin, and even Sincere knew she was overly giddy for Corbin. So they're just kind of like, yeah, he's cooked. Like, it's kind of jacked up because he got almost a 9th degree over one chat, and she over here too giddy to speak to Corbin, and he already knows like, well, the ball is in her court. Like, if she wants to end this, she can end it. So yeah, we'll have to see about that. Like, you know, so Melanie was just like over the conversation with Bia because she wanted to talk about her conversation with Corbin. So Trinity, she's trying to like be like the mediator with the situation, and basically like say like, you know, even though she understands, you know, Melanie, she also understands Beatrice's coming point. So she was trying to like keep the cool, but she's like, yeah, I'm not, like, Melanie was like, I'm not speaking anymore. Like, you kind of like just, you know, turn my nerves.
Well, was the conversation good though? Like,
I mean, right now I don't want to chat. Like, you did too much. It was literally like me.
So she was just like very upset. She was like, give me 10, give me 10, give me 10. She tried to pull Kata for a chat, to have a chat with her, but Kata seemed like she was over her too. So all the girls seemed over Melanie for some reason. So, but Anaya got up and was like, let me talk to her. Like, I'm gonna go with her and talk to her. Cause they were like, come back to the couch. Come back to the couch. She's like, I'm not going over to the couch. So Beatrice is like, I didn't know she was sensitive like that,
Melanie, can we have a chatty chat?
Oh, I'm not going back to the couch.
No, that's crazy.
She's nervous, right?
Give me 10.
Just no.
But it's just like, I guess the way she came at Melanie was like very happy, and just basically like kind of like, you know, knocked her back down to the ground. Like, oh, like what you did was excessive. Like, it was like, you know, it wasn't cool. Like, oh, you're supposed to let Kenzie speak to him first. And I'm just like, if Kenzie wanted to speak to him, she should have did what, you know, Melanie did and pull him for a chat. I don't know. You know, step your cookies up. You're already speaking to Gabriel. And I feel like Beatrice is the one trying to speak for Kenzie because, you know, Beatrice knows Kenzie trying to go for her man. Okay? Beatrice knows that Kenzie trying to go for Gabriel, and Beatrice really likes Gabriel. She even told Anaya she likes Gabriel a lot. So I feel like Beatrice is trying to like steer the course for Kenzie to really focus on the new bombshell Corbin, so she won't have to worry about her man being took. Okay, so that's basically what Beatrice is trying to do. Like, even though Beatrice is trying to feel like, oh, she looking out for Kenzie, she also has an ulterior motive, which is, you know, trying to make sure that Kenzie's not looking at her guy. But yeah, all the guys are shook. You know, Bryce, like, you know, he got to step his cookies up. Everybody got to step their cookies up. Sincere, like, he cooked. Like, that is her type. Even Gabriel over here talking about, yeah, Melanie's gonna come back and tell Sincere, like, oh, you know, Corbin's her type to a T. I mean, Corbin's 22, so I mean, if they want to go for younger guys. The episode is very messy. It really ended off in cliffhanger. And then Sunday night's episode is gonna be recoupling, leaving a guy to be dumped, okay, and left single. So yeah, there's more guys in the villa than girls, so that means a guy is going home. Is more than likely going home because they're gonna give Corbin first pick because he's the newest bombshell in the villa, and then everybody else, whether they do girls go or guys go. But yeah, somebody's going home after recoupling because they're left single, so we'll have to see. But anyway, guys, this is episode 4 of Love on USA season 8. And if you guys like this video, like the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns. You guys subscribe to my channel, subscribe. And thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.